Hello, beautiful seekers. This is Clarity 1129, and welcome back to my channel. Today's picker card reading is about the solar eclipse, which is going to be today, and we're just going to do a small reading. I've pre-shuffled the cards, so it won't be a very long one, but it's going to be an interesting one because it talks about what energies are going to be ignited in you during this time. It also talks about what is it that you fear, which is going to come out. It's going to be a major theme for you, something that's holding you back. So we're going to take a look at it, and then we're going to also take a look at how you can work through that fear and eliminate it from your life, or at least not let it incapacitate you in any way, shape, or form. All right, and then we're going to look at what is it. Now, we all have a shadow side, but some of us are comfortable with it, some of us are not. Some of us actually feel so embarrassed about it that we tend to pretend that it isn't there, or we hide it from people, and we're not able to be our authentic self. So we're going to see which portion of your shadow side it is that you really like to ignore, and how you can bring it into the light so that you're not embarrassed about who you are, because we have light and shade. That's the only way to be, because that's balance. If you look at anything in this world, it's all about balance. All right, so you have to have a shadow side and the light side, and you've got to bring both of them in balance to move forward, like the Chariot and so many other cards which talk about this. So we're going to take a look at how you can bring it to the light, be comfortable with it, accept it, and integrate it. All right, and last but not the least will be a special message for you, and we'll then close out with one again pre-shuffled Moonology card, advice from Spirit. All right, so that's pretty simple. That should be quick. And I hope it gives you a lot of insight. All right, we're also going to look at how you can bring light into other people's lives, because our life is always more beneficial, and it's a lot sweeter and meaningful when we can also spread our light for the benefit of others. All right, so that's also what we're going to look at. So it seems to be a very interesting reading, and let's just move ahead. So as you can see, we have three piles in front of us. Pile number one, those of you who will choose the owl, it's the owl charm. Can you see it? That's the owl charm for pile number one. Pile number two has the star. If it's visible to you, I hope it is. They're small charms, but they're very pretty. And pile number three is the golden snowflake. Is that visible? All right. So let's do the ritual. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Open your eyes. And whichever pile you're drawn to, that is your pile. All right, so let's begin with pile number one. Pile number one, those of you who've chosen this beautiful owl charm, this is your reading. Now, just with this charm, I feel a lot of you who are drawn to this pile may be air signs or have strong air placements in their chart. All right. It's also, I feel that this will be a time wherein a lot of clarity comes into your life. So if you've been wondering or looking for answers, this will be the time around the solar eclipse, wherein a lot of things get clear to you, either through your own intuition, or through some sort of an epiphany, or someone comes to you and some secrets are revealed. All right, so this is what I believe. Let's look at the cards. So what energy is going to be ignited, pile number one, during this time? And we get the Page of Cups. All right. I'm just going to put out all the cards before we actually get into the reading. Then you have the Hierophant. Then you have the Tower. The Two of Earth or the Two of Pentacles. The Death and Rebirth card. The Seven of Wands. And the Ace of Cups. We look at the advice at the end. All right. All right, pile number 1. The energy that is going to be ignited during this time is that of the Page of Cups. All right. You're going to be seeing a very playful side of yourself. You will want to, you're filled with light-hearted energy during this time. And you just want to tap into your compassionate side, tap into that light side of yours, wanting to make peace with everyone. All right. If you feel that there is you've had a skirmish with someone, or you've not done right by someone, either knowingly or unknowingly, this is the time wherein you feel you'd like to go and, apologize to them and make things okay. You're in this very, very beautiful energy. And this is what's going to happen to you during this time. Now, a fear that you must face during this time, it's something that's holding you back, and you get the Hierophant. All right, so I feel that a lot of you here, and I said that in the beginning, you have a lot of air placements, or you are air signs possibly. And the thing about air signs usually is that they don't, especially if you're an Aquarian, they don't really go well with authority. All right, or it's not that they don't believe in things which are traditional, but they don't like rules that curtail their freedom. All right, and maybe certain traditions they feel should change. All right, and I'm getting this Tower card here, so I get though this is ruled by Mars, and it's a Scorpionic or Aries kind of energy, because Mars rules these two zodiacs, and we have Scorpio here, energy here with the Death card. But I don't know why I feel that this is going to be a lot of Uranus energy as well. All right, so I feel that what's holding you back is someone in a position of authority whom you have to listen to. Maybe it is a father figure, or maybe it is just something that your family imposes on you, that we follow certain traditions and this is how it's going to be, and you actually don't agree with it, but you are afraid to go against it, because you feel that all hell will break loose if you put your foot down and say, no, I'm not following this, and I don't think it suits me anymore, and I don't agree with it. I'm not telling you to change your ways. If you like this tradition and you want to follow it, go ahead, but I don't want to. And you're really, really scared to stand up to authority, but deep down inside, it's taking from you, because this is not how you want to live your life. All right, but this fear is there, so you suppress, you try to just keep quiet and toe the line just to make people around you happy. But somewhere, and with this light-hearted energy, maybe there are deeper things within which you tend to push aside just so that everyone around you can be happy. All right, but this solar eclipse, you're going to get a chance to speak your truth, because you know what the Tower moment is all about. People get a little ruffled, or they get a little panicky when they see this card. But the fact is, when you ignore signs given to you by the universe, that's when this Tower moment happens, because the Tower is basically shaking anything which is not on firm foundation. So you are listening to people around you, maybe at your place of work, maybe in your family, some authority or some set of rules which you feel are not beneficial to you or that entire setup, and you can't go like this anymore. And but you've been suppressing that because you don't want to go against the grain, and you don't want to upset people around you, because those people mean something to you. But in trying to make peace all the time and possibly hide your sorrow in light-hearted fun, somewhere you reach that breaking point, or some situation will come to you which will be all of a sudden, and you don't realize it, so you're not able to keep your calm as you always do, biting in or keeping in your resentment towards a certain thing perhaps, and you just burst and you let them know how you feel, and that will shake a lot of things. It'll upset a lot of people, but this tower moment is going to come to you, so you don't really have to do anything to get past your fear, because if you don't actually go and speak up, a situation will be coming during this time wherein, whether you want it or not, it's going to come out, and you're going to be able to speak your truth. And for that time, it may be uncomfortable, because there were a lot of people around you whom you've never wanted to displease, which is why you've been keeping this inside. But now they will come to know. Now for each of you, what that is going to be your own thing. It could be anything. It could be maybe you have different religious values, or it could be that I know there's so many things it could be, but basically you want to be your authentic self, but just because of the people around you, you've not been speaking it out, and this tower moment is going to happen. Something is going to happen where your truth is going to come out, and while it will shake all of you and the people around you, it's going to liberate you, pile number ones. So this tower, do not fear this tower moment. This is actually here to liberate you, and it will be doing you a great service, all right? Now, what part of your shadow is it that you tend to hide from people, and you get death and rebirth? For some people, I think this has got to do with your sexuality. This is for a few of you who have come to this reading. I feel that you want to transform. All right? There is something about you that needs great transformation, and you are ready for it. On the inside, everything internally is ready for it, but because of possibly this fear with this Hierophant here, because of this fear, you've not spoken about it to anyone, and maybe that is what's going to come out this for a few of you. All right? For others of you, you will know what it is. There is something which is very important to you. You need to change it completely. All right? So for some of you, it's possibly got to do with a gender change or something like that, or it's your you coming out with your sexual preferences maybe. But for others of you, it is something else. This is scorpionic energy, all right? Death and rebirth. So there is something that you are keeping inside. Maybe there's a secret that you know about someone, or maybe it's a family secret, or secret about the organization. There's something that's inside of you, and you feel really guilty about it, all right? And you want to change it, but you're not able to. So this is something which possibly maybe you have this habit of hiding things, or possibly it's a simple thing that you lie very often, even though you don't want to. There's some sort of fear which is there, and this is your shadow side, and you're ashamed of it. You don't want to tell people about it, because obviously you're not going to go about telling everyone I'm a pathological liar or something like that. And I'm not calling you out, pile number one, for whoever this resonates, because see, we as human beings, we have a little bit of everything, the good and the bad and the ugly, as we humans term it. But actually, if you look at the larger picture, we have a little bit of everything, all right? On some, in certain stages of our life, certain aspects of our personality come out, all right? Now, depending on the experiences we've had, and our past life experiences, certain things are more dominant, and they may not be very pleasant because that's the shadow aspect that we're talking about. So we tend to, repress them. But when a certain extent is reached where it needs purging, it will come up. And this solar eclipse is the time for that. So you will get an opportunity to transform this one thing which, you feel it's a shadow side, but when you speak it out, it will no longer be your shadow side, or it'll be something that you're able to integrate. See, you can be your inauthentic self to people for some time, but it eats you from within. So the first step is be 100% honest with yourself. You can give stories to a whole lot of people, but you cannot be dishonest with yourself, because being dishonest with yourself is blocking change. It's blocking liberation. It's blocking happiness. All right. So you be 100% authentic with yourself. This is what I am embarrassed about myself. This is a trait which I have. I'm not able to shake it off. I'm embarrassed by it. And I have been hiding it. You first come to terms with it yourself. Instead of saying, no, I don't do that. I don't do that. Instead of saying or feeling that, accept it. Yes, this is something I am fighting with every single day, and I'm not able to get over it. And if I tell someone about it, it's going to show me in poor light, and I'm not going to have any friends, and I'm not going to have anyone who likes me anymore. But you accept yourself first. Yes, this is me. This is how it is. All right. And now, depending on what it is and how severe it is and for how long it's been going on to, is there someone you can trust whom you can speak about it to? If not, do meet a counselor. But get this sorted, because this is going to change your life and allow great transformation to happen. All right. And it's happening during this solar eclipse. All right. With this tower moment here, a lot of things are going to be revealed during this time. And do not fear it, pile number one. This is why I feel this clarity is so beautiful here with this owl. There is going to be a lot of clarity. All right. People around you are going to see your authentic self. And in doing so, you're going to be liberating yourself. This is so beautiful. It doesn't feel that way. You may be a little upset about it, but it's going to be beautiful for you. All right. And how you can get past this shadow, this is so beautiful. You get this two of earth. All right. This is again trying to get into balance. And that's what you've got to do. You've got to bring your light and shade in balance. Right now, you're trying to just show that you're all light. No one is all light. Even the ones who appear to you as, you can be high vibrational, but that doesn't mean you don't have a shadow side. It's just that you have accepted it and you keep it in balance. All right. And it's not easy. And it's continuous. It's not that you've done it once and you're sorted. No, it's a continuous process. For as long as you live on this planet, it is going to be a continuous process. All right. And some days you find there will be, where your shadow aspect seems to be looming large over yourself. And that's when we show obsessive behavior or when we show addictive behavior, depending on what our shadow is. But everyone goes through it. Everyone, no matter what their gender is, no matter what their economical background is, no matter what their upbringing is, no matter what the situation is, everyone goes through this. So do not bash yourself up for it. Accept it. Try and integrate it and work on it. All right. So this is what you need to do to come into balance. Get your light and shade energy, accept them and integrate them. Come into balance. This is what you need to do. And how can you, bring light into other people's lives? How can you? And that's the most beautiful part. When you show your authentic self, this is you out there, standing tall, there'll be a lot of people who are different from you, who, when you reveal your authentic self, first reaction is going to be, oh my God, how could you do this? You never told us before. This is not expected of you. But then, after that initial reaction, after the initial moment, the tower moment which comes, there'll be a lot of them who look up to you and say, wow, you had the guts to stand up against all of us and reveal who you really are. And when you do that, people will have the courage to come out and reveal their shadows, to work on their shadow and reveal their authentic selves. Because there is not one person here who doesn't have a dark side. Everyone does. Everyone fears something. Everyone has an addiction of some kind. Everyone has things which are there, hidden in the closet. Because we feel we will be judged. And more often than not, what we hide, we make it so big. And we go through so much of trauma to try and hide that, which actually, when we bring it out, we find it's not such a big deal after all. And it's not that it couldn't get sorted. But you, my pile number ones, you are going to get clarity and you are going to show people your authentic self. And this is going to not just liberate you, it's going to liberate a lot of other people who are struggling like you. And you are going to be an inspiration of sorts. So this is beautiful energy which is coming up for you, all right? When you come into balance, people are going to see this and want to be like you. And what is the special message for you from the universe at this time when you get the Ace of Cups? When this whole thing happens and it comes out, okay, some of you will be in different stages as it comes out. You are going to be filled with so much of self-love and self-worth, all right? Your cup is going to be full, overflowing. You're going to be drenched in this cup of love because you have stood up for yourself and you have said, yes, this is who I am. This is my shadow side, but I embrace it for what it is. And because you have shown this self-love towards yourself, this is what everyone is going to offer you. People are going to see you as such an inspiration and they're going to be so, they'll all want to share their cup of love with you. This is very beautiful energy. You're going to have a beautiful new beginning. Maybe you even find new loves. Maybe there's someone who looks at you and has so much, respect for what you have done. They will be enamored by you. And there could be a sort of a romantic love also for a few of you, a new beginning. Because someone is seeing you in authentic light now. This is beautiful energy, pile number one. Yes, you are going through a few dark energies at this time. But these are just because you've been suppressing your real self. And it's time for your beauty, your authentic self, whoever you are, with your light and shade, both. You are to reveal yourself to the world and let the world know what you're made of. What's the advice you get? Look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. Whenever you feel, when this tower moment happens, all right, and you feel maybe for a while you feel a little alone because everyone's just shocked at what you have revealed, just zoom out and look at the larger picture. If you actually zoom out really wide, you'll find that in this huge cosmos, in this huge universe that we are, we're just a tiny speck, all right? And we are here just for a brief period of time. And life is beautiful. We are so focused on ourselves and our little world that we feel everything, is going to fall apart in our life and that's going to be the end. No. When this tower moment happens, pile number one, you, after that initial discomfort, you are going to be moving forward with so much of love and so much of freedom, and that the happiness of being yourself, unapologetically yourself, that is something else. And this is the gift for you from the universe during this solar eclipse. All right? This is such a beautiful reading, and I wish you all the very best. for this tower moment and for this transformation that is waiting to happen. Do not fear it. Thank it. Be grateful for it, because this is going to get you into another chapter and another phase of your life, which is going to be so very beautiful. So I wish you all the very best. And till we meet again, take care. Bye-bye. Hello, pile 2s. Those of you who've chosen this beautiful star charm, this is going to be your reading. Maybe a lot of you out here have Aquarius in your chart, maybe your sun, moon, rising, or some other strong placement of Aquarius. All right. For others of you, it's possible you're at the brink of a lot of success, maybe internationally, maybe online. And for even others of you, there's a lot of healing taking place. And for still others, there's hope. There's a lot of hope. If you feel that, you like giving up, that the situation's not happening, you're going to have renewed hope with this solar eclipse of things working out in your favor, of things turning out fine. All right? So this is beautiful energy here. Let's lay down your cards. You get the 3 of Pentacles, the 9 of Swords with cruelty, the 2 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, so a lot of Swords energy, the 10 of Swords, gosh, the 10 of Cups, now that's a change, and the 5 of Swords. Ooh, okay, we'll look at the advice cards at the end. So pile number 2s, what energy is going to be ignited for you during the solar eclipse? And you get the beautiful 3 of Pentacles. You are going to be working on whatever it is that you're working, whether it's a project, whether it's building something, you are getting your life together and you're progressing. And whatever you're doing has a solid foundation and you're progressing step by step. It's also possible that a lot of people look up to you because you've actually been doing well steadily, and there's a lot of admiration coming your way during this time, all right? But you are extremely charged up. You're on your way to the 8 of Pentacles, wherein you're going to be lost in your work, but you're busy building right now, all right? For some of you, you're also collaborating with other people, and maybe if you've started a business or something, you've just started, you're very passionate about it, you're really working, and you're getting your resources together, people together maybe. So this is the way, this is what's going to be ignited during this time. So if these things were in planning stage, you'll find actually firm steps happening during this time. Okay. Now, what is a fear of yours which you really need to work on? And you get the 9 of Swords, and interestingly enough, this is the Sun and Moon Tarot, and you get cruelty here, because usually the 9 of Swords talks about someone who's up at night, can't sleep, is overthinking, having nightmares perhaps about a certain situation. And in your case, it's all that, but it could be about someone having been, possibly cruel to you. Someone that you've been invested in, someone you gave your all to, and you expected the same in real, but this person has been insensitive towards you. All right. And this keeps you up at night. And you are really, it really upsets you, and you're really afraid of going out and speaking about it to someone. All right, or to confront them itself. But this is this fear that you need to work upon at this time. And you know what, pile number 2, you even know how to do it. But you've got this 2 of Swords energy. You know what to do, you know how to do it, you know that you need to walk away from the situation, but you are in the stubborn Two of Swords energy, wherein you've closed your eyes, you've crossed your heart, and you don't want to get emotional about it. You just don't want to make a choice of moving away from the situation. Maybe you, if this is a love situation, then you're really invested in it. If it is a family situation, and again, this person possibly, or whatever the situation is, you are very attached to it. All right? That despite the fact that it's doing harm to you, you're not able to make that decision to walk away. And the thing is that it's got to do with, what is the area of your shadow side that you're ignoring. With this 8 of Swords and the 10 of Swords that I get out here, you have a lot of self-limiting beliefs, all right? And again, I think it's linked to this particular, your fear and your shadow. These are linked very strongly. And it's possible there is someone either in your past who has been cruel to you, in a way that has really marred your self-worth, all right? And that is why you keep getting stuck in situations in your own mind. This has happened a long time ago, all right? And it's possible that you blame yourself for it. It's something that you feel you are responsible for, that you could have saved the situation, but you didn't. And you sit up at night because it eats you up, all right? And maybe people have advised you to just walk away from it. Maybe, you're trying to put yourself in work so that you forget about this, but this happens during the day. And at night, all of that comes back to you. And you need to release this fear. For that, you need to walk away from a situation. But you're not able to make up your mind because you feel that you won't be able to, that you can't. Because you don't feel you're worthy enough. Pile number 2. And you are. There is so, with the 10 of Swords here, it's completion of a cycle. When you reach the 10, it means the cycle is complete. It's time to start afresh. You have taken so much of pain, in the traditional tarot, it's a man lying face down on the floor with 10 swords in his back. But of course, that swords are all about thoughts. So you've been through the ringer, all right? You've been through a whole lot. But it's time for things to change now. And this solar eclipse, you're going to make that change. You're going to walk away. You are going to finally put an end to the pain and say that, yes, I can do this. This is what's going to happen during the solar eclipse. And guess when you do that, what's coming up for you? The 10 of Cups. Beautiful 10 of Cups. This is such a lovely transition from the 10 of Swords to the 10 of Cups. This is completion. This is total fulfillment, happiness. But this will come only after you work on your fears and work on your shadow. And actually work, in your case, the shadow is more fear. It is fear in itself. That is your shadow. Because there is something that's happened way in your past. For some of you, it must be extremely traumatic, and I really, really feel for you. Having so many sword cards, it's actually sad because you've been through, even if that episode happened years and years ago, perhaps for some of you, you've been putting yourself down because of it over and over again. You've not been able to actually come out happy, because this has been holding you back. The memory of it, you're overthinking, you're talking down to yourself perhaps. And this is going to change, this beautiful solar eclipse, This energy is going to change. So when you change from dark energies to lighter and happier times, just before, as they say, it's darkest before dawn. So you might be facing that now, or you might just face it right now, wherein things look so terrible for you, but that is what's going to give you the final push out of this darkness, where you say, enough is enough. I am going to take my life in my own hands. I'm done with this overthinking. I am making a life for myself, and I am done with putting myself through hell. All right. And in doing so, what's coming your way is the beautiful 10 of Cups. You're going to get fulfillment. Perhaps here, this is going to start blossoming beautifully. Maybe while you're working on this, you come across people who are your soul tribe, who fulfill you completely. All right. The special message that comes to you during this time is the 5 of Swords. Now, the 5 of Swords is usually a card talking about, just give me a second. Wanting to have the last word, wanting to win at all costs. In your case, you've always been letting the other people win. And what's been winning are your thoughts, which bring you down. But you're putting an end to that. And this is your special message from the universe. That, everyone's had their way with you. And everyone's gotten away with whatever they had to say. But now is your time. And if you have to actually have the last word and win at whatever cost you feel it is, if you feel that you're going to be hurting them, let it be. You be authentic to yourself. You have tortured yourself by talking down to yourself for something that's happened a long time ago, which is not even your fault in all probability. But you've been feeling so even if it was your fault, there isn't such a big price to pay for it. All right, as they say, if there is one punishment for every one crime, all right, as they say, one crime, one punishment. So anything you've done wrong, you feel bad about it, you repent, you try and make things okay, thereafter you forget, but you have not let yourself forget. You've not let yourself move past it. Someone has said something hurtful to you, because swords are all about words and thoughts. And you have been torturing yourself for a very long time. And it's time to put an end to it. It's time to stand up for yourself. And it's time to tell people off now. All right? This is your message from the universe. Stand up for yourself. All right? And you are going to meet your soul tribe. And when you stand up for yourself, you are going to shine so much of your light. Because people are already looking up to you with what you're doing. Because you have so much of positive energy to give. But you're draining it out by overthinking, by telling yourself you're not good enough, by bringing up all the guilt of the past. And now you're going to put an end to it, pile number 2. Oh God. This is actually very challenging energy that you've been through. Whatever the trigger is, you need to make peace with it during this time. Let's look at the advice from here. Nothing will come of this situation. Absolutely, pile number 2. Nothing can come of this situation that you've got here with the 9 of Swords, the 2 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, the 10 of Swords. How can anything come of this situation? And this is what Spirit is trying to tell you. Enough. If you feel that you have done some injustice in the past, all right, for which you are blaming yourself for, what good are you doing to yourself or the people around you? But if they learn a lesson, all right, I've done something and this was terrible and I've been told about it and I have actually put myself down long enough, but now I need to liberate myself, and in doing that, do wonderful things for this planet and the people around me. And you finally put the overthinking aside, put your indecision aside, put your being stuck, in your own negative thoughts aside, and all the pain aside, and you start working on your project, because you know that this energy will get you nothing and get nothing for the people around you. But when you finally give this up and take power in your hands, and there will still be a few naysayers, and to them you will stand up boldly and tell them, you at that time, you are going to stand up for yourself and tell them that no more. This is it. Snub them if you have to, but be your biggest cheerleader. Be your biggest hero. You are the hero. There's no other hero. All right? You will save yourself. And this is going to bring you a lot of emotional satisfaction, and you will be able to spread your love and your light to all of the people around you and to this whole world in general. All right? And it's about time to do that. I think you've been in this dark energy for a long time, and you deserve it more than anyone else, pile number 2. And it's going to come to you with this beautiful star here, which I'm drawn to again. This is the time for you to heal. It's the time for you to shine. It's time for the world to see the authentic you. All right? Enough of these dark energies. Enough of it. Nothing can come out of sitting in this energy. But you have already taken that step. For a lot of you, you already have taken that step out of this dark energy. Keep at it. This is the right time. Only great things are going to happen to you now. All right? I'm sending you a lot of love and light. Take care and wish you all the best as you move towards this beautiful energy that's waiting to happen. All right? I'll see you next time, pile number 2. Lots of love and light. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 3. Those of you who've chosen this golden snowflake, this is your reading. So I guess a lot of you who've come to this reading are possibly very sensitive people, also extremely unique. Maybe you have this love or affinity for the winters, or maybe you're born in the winter months. All right, so take that how it resonates. Let's look at your cards. We begin with the 5 of Wands, the Magician. Oh yes, you got 2 cards. The 3 of Pentacles. I'm putting these together. The Page of Wands. The 7 of Swords. The 7 of Swords again. Oof. Oh, you got 2 cards here as well. The 2 of Wands as well as the 6 of Wands. That's lovely. And Death. Wow, what a reading. We look at your advice cards at the end. All right, pile number 3. What is it that you need to know now? Let's see. The energies that are going to be ignited in you with this at this time is the 5 of Wands energy. If you've been lying, submissive, you're going to find your aggressive side coming out at this time. All right? If you've been the sensitive kind who someone says something and you get upset about it, you keep quiet and just go and wallow quietly in possibly self-pity, or feel really sad and go like a shrinking violet and not respond to people, you are going to get in touch with your aggressive side. It's not going to be okay for people to rub you the wrong way and walk away with it just because you've been shy and you're not being able to, voice your words, because you get so upset emotionally that you're not able to say anything to them. You're going to change that. During this solar eclipse, this energy that you're going to get is that you will be able to say what you feel at this time so that no one can take advantage of you as they have been doing in the past. Also, it's possible that there is going to be a conflict between your mind and your heart over something which is important to you. All right. So if in the past you've kept your heart, it's always easy to tell us to get our heart to keep quiet and let logic take over. But this time your heart is not listening. All right, so this conflict is on during the solar eclipse. So there's something that you really want to do, or there's something you want which you've been suppressing, but now it's not ready to be suppressed any longer. Now, what fear is it that you have which you need to work on? So I have a feeling a lot of you, pile number 3s, you are wanting to create something really, really big. All right, some of you can be artists out here. But whatever it is, whatever your craft is, or whatever your ideas are, be it for your, say, art or writing or any project that you have in mind, any career that you have in mind, any dream that you have, all right, which you want to make a reality. But you are afraid that when you start, you're going to fail. All right, but you are being told you're the magician. You can manifest anything that you want. And if you feel that I have been trying to manifest and it's not happening, it's because of the fear. Because you fear you're going to fail. That's why, you think about something so much, and you're so invested in it, and you're so excited about it. And that's when you start manifesting it. And just when it's going to come to you, you say, I don't think I'm going to get it. I don't think this is going to happen. It's all right if I don't get it. You're trying to make yourself feel better, by saying that it's not going to happen, but you're going to be okay. And in doing that, the manifestation which you've been bringing towards you, it goes back. All right. So what you need to do is to believe. You are so talented. You have whatever it takes to get what you want. You're so passionate about it. So in all possibility, this is your calling. That's why you're so passionate about it. And that's why you're good at it. Then why will you fail? Maybe fear of failure is what is going to come out during this time. And how do you get past it? You get the beautiful page of wands. Start. You're being told to not keep your ideas inside of you, but make that start. The page of wands is someone who's got a lot of passionate ideas, who's got a lot of creativity, and they've got a new innovative way of looking at things, and doesn't keep it hidden, is ready to actually learn along the way, but let the creativity flow. And you're being told to do that. Let your creativity flow. Let your ideas flow. You are a master manifester. Do not doubt yourself. This fear of failure is what's holding you back. And it is time during this solar eclipse to put an end to that. What is it that you ignore about your shadow, and how can you get past it? And both these cards are 7 of air, which is the 7 of swords. You are self-sabotaging. That's so visible out here. Your fear of failure makes you abandon a project which will bring you a lot of dividends, abandon your passions which will bring you a lot of happiness, because you tell yourself you can't do it. And instead of actually saying I can't do it in front of someone, and possibly if you go and tell someone you love, oh, I can't do it, I'm not good enough, they're going to tell you, of course you can do it. What nonsense is this? What kind of thinking is that? And you don't want to hear that. So you pretend that you're not interested. That's the mask you have on. And you self-sabotage every opportunity that comes your way, which actually you're very passionate about. And the only way to do that is to possibly deceive yourself from deceiving yourself. Because with the 7 of swords here, you can actually cheat yourself into stop cheating yourself. That's what this whole thing is about. All right? You have tremendous potential. You have a lot of ideas. You have a lot of creativity. And you can manifest whatever it is that you want. But this energy which is here, which solar eclipse is bringing, is this: your heart is finally telling you to take your logic and keep it aside, because your logic is self-sabotaging. It's not letting you go with the flow. It's not allowing creativity to flow. It's telling you to do something safe in which your heart is not there. And this solar eclipse, you cannot let logic win. It's not wanting, your heart is not going to let you be at peace. And you need to work on the shadow side of yourself. Your fear of failure is your biggest fear. And deceiving yourself to try and cover up for it is the shadow aspect that you need to work on. Stop deceiving yourself, pile number 3. You have tremendous potential and there's a lot of success waiting to happen. And look at that. 6 of Wands is the card for success. This is what is waiting to happen. Look at this beautiful 2 of Wands. It's like it's making a path, way out, way forward, where things are in balance. You can do this. This is beautiful. You get the 6 of Wands, the victory card. This can be yours, but if you don't do something because you're scared you're going to fail, how will you get that victory? You have so much of potential, so much of potential. Now your heart is also knows, your heart cannot be quietened anymore. Enough of logic, enough of deception. You are the magician. You're manifesting this because you have so much of potential. This is possibly your soul calling, and you're going to get so much of victory here. And then the world is going to be yours. But don't hold yourself back. Don't hold yourself back. And what's the message from the universe? You get the death card. You need to transform. And transformation starts with you going from logic-based thinking into intuitive-based thinking. This is what you're going to do during the solar eclipse, pile number 3. You're going to follow your heart. And you're allowing flow to happen into your life instead of fighting yourself, fighting what is natural to you, telling yourself these false stories of how you can't do things or how it's not meant for you. You are going to embrace this side of yourself, your creative side. You're no longer going to let people's criticism stop you from doing what you really, truly want to do. Your sensitive self is sensitive, but it's not weak. It's just sensitive. It's a misconception when people feel that sensitive people are not strong. They're definitely stronger and braver because they let people see their feelings. Knowing that, being vulnerable, being able to be vulnerable is a strength. People don't see it that way because they're not strong enough. And you need to embrace who you are, follow your heart, and don't let your fear of failure and fear of what people will say stop you from achieving this great victory. This is what you're going to bring to this to the people around you. When you turn out to be victorious, depending on whatever it is that you're doing, you're going to bring so much joy to the people around you. But just because of your fear of failure, because you're worried what people will say, you're just not starting. You can't block this transformation. It's ready to happen. It's going to happen this solar eclipse. You cannot stop your heart anymore, pile number 3. And advice from Spirit, the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. So if you have actually applied for a certain job or something and you've been telling yourself it's not going to come, it's coming. Whatever it is that you've been manifesting is finally coming here, and you can't hide in this self-defensive mode of yours anymore. You cannot let your logical mind work for you now. All right, you're going to be following your heart, and it's going to give you tremendous success, and there's going to be a huge transformation in your life. For each of you, the thing will be different, and you will know what it is that you're manifesting. But your lies are going to come to an end. The stories that you tell yourself, the false stories, because of your fear of failure, it's the time for all of that to finish. All right? And victory is going to be yours, pile number 3. And this is beautiful energy. All right? So that's all I have for you, pile number 3. And with that, we come to the end of your pick a card reading. And so pile number 3s, I wish you all the best. And I hope you get these answers soon so that you can start off doing what you love to do and bringing so much of success. And we'd love to hear whatever it is that you're doing you know. So that would be wonderful for all of us who would like to hear positive stories, happy stories, successful stories, because all of us out there have some fear of something or the other, and fear of failure is a very common fear which most of us have. So to be able to move past it and do what you love, you know, and liberate yourself, and in the process transforming yourself and getting victory, is something really beautiful. And your time has come, pile number 3. All right, so all the very best until we meet again. Lots of love. Take care. Bye bye.